let's go to the next topic author. It's the commercial development of active debris remediation in space.
Hi, everyone. As I'm sure you already know, orbital debris is a growing challenge for space operators. Some pieces of debris are large enough that we can track their trajectories and, when needed, maneuver to avoid them. However, these maneuvers burn propellant, which reduces the operational lifetime of spacecraft. Other pieces of debris are too small to track, so satellites are flying blind with respect to these objects. Damage done by these small debris strikes can be mitigated by clever spacecraft design or added shielding, but again, all these actions incur costs. If your spacecraft does get hit by a piece of debris, large or small, it's going to be a bad day. Now, beyond just the economic costs I've already mentioned, orbital debris also threatens the safety of astronauts, limits the ability to launch spacecraft into debris-filled orbits, and potentially renders entire orbits unusable for a generation or more. Now, to help clean up some of this orbital debris and avoid the disruptions I just mentioned, NASA is soliciting proposals for innovative systems that can perform commercial debris remediation services. Now, debris remediation services are those that move, remove, or reuse extant debris to reduce the risks associated with it. So in other words, you could deorbit the debris, maybe just nudge it out of the way a little bit to avoid a collision, or salvage dead spacecraft for materials or parts. All these forms of debris remediation are in scope for this solicitation. And I'll tell you that our main concern is the scalability of the approach. So removing just one or two pieces of debris really isn't enough. Bulk remediation of debris is the key. So if you have a business idea that can reduce the risks associated with many pieces of debris in a single mission, or have an idea for an extremely low-cost approach, then please consider responding to the solicitation for commercial development of active debris remediation services. Thanks.
Okay, whether we realize it or not, our economy depends heavily on space infrastructure. So communication satellites, assets used for financial exchanges, national security, transportation, climate monitoring. We have various assets in space, and the more assets that we put in space, the more debris which is created. Because all of these things have a life cycle. All of them have a shelf life, and so some of that debris is kind of left floating around in space, and so we need to clean it up so that the assets that we are using currently don't hit them and kind of knock things, uh, cutting power and kind of discontinuing communications and even climate monitoring or even observations for various reasons. And so, as the topic author mentioned, we want technologies that will scale and provide bulk remediation services, substantially reducing the risk of these assets.